And here now is the story where Greg recently, very recently, nearly died again. Nearly just about bought the farm. I started to say bit the farm. No, it's bought the farm, right? Yeah, anyway, kicked the bucket. The bucket was there. I reared back, almost kicked it. So here's what happens. I'm driving out on a day where the weather probably was not the best in the world, but there had been some snowy precipitation, and I had to get on an interstate. And as soon as I got on the interstate, there was, why is it when the roads are bad, y'all want to drive close to each other? I don't understand this about you folks. When you're driving and the roads are bad, you seem to want to be really close to the other drivers. I'm afraid, so maybe I'll drive really close. And so that day, y'all were just bunched up there on the interstate, and going about 45 miles an hour. And I thought, wow, are these roads really that bad? So I'm trailing in behind a couple of cars when all of a sudden one of the cars started fishtailing, and then the other car started fishtailing. And they both applied brakes, which of course is a bad idea when you're fishtailing like that. You can just take off the gas and let it slow down. But they panicked, and all I could do was tap on my brakes and hope for the best. But instead of fishtailing, the vehicle I was in began swerving back and forth in the road. It just completely lost traction. It was a vehicle I wasn't used to driving. The tires weren't the greatest. And it was then that I realized I am just completely out of control. I got to keep this from going in a donut, though. And what I realized, I knew there were people in front of me who were sliding, and I knew there were people behind me. I didn't know what they were doing. But if I'm out of control sliding across the road, there's no way I could miss anybody. So it was one of those moments where I didn't think of dying, and I really didn't think that I was going to have an accident, except I knew that I had no control, and I knew there were people everywhere. I have no idea how I missed people, but as I slid back and forth, I finally waited till I was heading towards the side of the road, and I thought, oh, if I'm going to hit something, let it be a tree and it just be me and not somebody else. And so I tried to steer into the slide, but even as the vehicle got off the road and onto the grass, it slid back up onto the road again. I don't know why. I thought, you're in the grass now. You shouldn't be sliding back. It did. It slid back onto the road, again into the traffic, and then back off again, and came to a stop right nose to nose with a mile marker sign. Didn't hit it, didn't scratch, not a scratch on the vehicle. It didn't hit the sign, although it was right in front of it. It was as if God was reminding me, just in case you don't know what I just saved you from, I want you to see how close I stopped you to even hitting this mile marker sign. And I knew God was at work in that. And my blessing for you is that today you will experience the nearness of God, not in such a way that takes you prematurely home to Him, unless it's your time, in which case I can do nothing about that. But may God bless you with that nearness of His Spirit, that moment when you know He is near you. His hand is on your shoulder and He is with you. May you experience that blessing of that special nearness, and may it be so in the name of Jesus.